Our world is run by numbers. Whether it's the stock market, what year it is, the world's population, or just how much money Jeff Bezos has. But some numbers are more impactful than others. I'm referring to the numbers that have a direct impact on your daily life. In this video, I want to go over a few of the numbers that affect all of us. Before we get started, please consider liking the video, sharing it with a friend, commenting below on any future videos you'd like to see, and subscribing to the channel for more content. Alright, let's get to the video. Number 1. The time of day. Every day each one of us gets the same amount of time. 24 hours, 1,440 minutes, or 86,400 seconds. This is the time everyone is given each day. No more, no less. It often goes unacknowledged, but the clock determines a large portion of our life. From the time you have to wake up, to where you have to be, and even to how many more episodes of your favorite show you can watch before you have to go to sleep. The clock controls your day. The time you get every day is precious. There are no do-overs in life, and every wasted hour is gone forever. How you use your time today will determine your future. The best method to create a balanced life between work and leisure is to create a schedule. The word schedule has a negative connotation, but remember, your schedule doesn't have to be rigid. It doesn't have to be a mental prison where you feel locked into a consecutive series of events without any enjoyment or relief. You get to decide what your schedule is going to be. Set up your schedule for your life and balance it in a way that suits you. Number 2. Hours of self-development. All the choices we have made have led us to our present day. Your habits determine who you are and who you're going to be in the future. If you work out regularly, count your calories, and stick to a healthy diet, eventually those same habits will build you muscle and you'll become fit. The results won't come right away, but if you stick to it long enough, the results you want eventually will. Your habits plus the time put forward will lead you towards a better future. You don't get a fit body from one workout. You don't get good grades by studying once. You don't get far taking one step, and you don't find success in one day. Improving yourself takes time, but if you follow number 1 and develop a schedule, you can set aside a chunk of time each week to work on your future. We all get 168 hours each week. If you can find a few hours to exercise, read, meditate, or learn a new skill, eventually the desired benefits will follow. Number 3. The worth of your time. Your time is valuable. Actually, time is the most valuable asset we all have. So you should know how much your time is worth. If you could give your time an hourly wage, what would it be? I'm not talking about how much money your employer pays you, because let's face it, the worth of your time and the hourly wage your employer pays you are two very different numbers. The number you selected is how much you value your time, and this number has a larger impact on your life than just how much income you hope to make. Naval Ravikant, the co-founder, chairman, and former CEO of AngelList, set an aspirational hourly rate for himself. He valued his time at $5,000 per hour. His idea was that nobody was going to value him as much as he valued himself. To earn $5,000 per hour, he had to treat his time as such, and you should do the same. If you continue to strive forward, develop yourself, and learn more skills, your time will be worth more. You could miss out on profits if you spend your time on other things, like menial tasks. For example, is it worth your time to get groceries, change the oil in your car, or iron your clothes? These tasks might seem like no big deal, but as mentioned before, we all have limited time each day. So is it better for you to do these minimal tasks yourself? Or can you delegate these tasks to someone and pay them to do it for you? Number 4. Money in your fully funded emergency fund. Are you financially prepared for an emergency? Life is full of surprises, and sometimes life delivers surprises that we don't want. Overall, we are helpless to the ebbs and flows life has to offer, and all we can do is prepare for an inevitable surprise. One way to make sure you're covered is to have a fully funded emergency fund. I cannot stress how important an emergency fund is. No one knows what the future will bring. Are you prepared if your car breaks down? If a loved one has to go to the hospital? If you lose your job? Or if you unexpectedly have to travel across the country? If you don't have an emergency fund, make it a goal to start one. If you can save $20 a week, by the end of 1 year, you will have saved $1,000 in your emergency fund. Also, remember that you get to decide what fully funded means to you. If you feel comfortable holding 3 to 6 months of expenses in your emergency fund, then you should aim to save that much. After 2020, it might be a better plan to aim for 9 to 12 months of expenses saved, just in case. Trust me, There is nothing that can replace the feeling you get from having financial security. Number 5. Your net worth. Your net worth is the difference between your assets and liabilities. It's a simple calculation, but it's important. Your current net worth gives you a snapshot of your financial health as it stands today. If your net worth increases each year, it's a confirmation of a job well done and you're on the right path. But if your net worth decreases, it's an automatic indicator that you might have taken on debt. Debt isn't terrible to have, but it does decrease your net worth and someone does expect you to pay them back. Your net worth can also help determine your financial goals. If you want to be a millionaire, your net worth will determine that. Your house, cars, retirement accounts, stock assets, and cash can all add up to $1 million or even more. Calculate your net worth every so often and see if you are progressing towards your goals. Number 6. Amount needed for retirement or financial freedom. Do you have enough money to pursue your dreams? Do you know how much money you would need to pursue your dreams? Being able to pursue your dreams without worrying about finances is a luxury and is difficult to obtain, but not impossible. You might have heard about the FIRE movement. If you haven't, here is a brief explanation. FIRE stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. The goal of the FIRE movement is to retire between the ages of 30 and 40, and this can be accomplished by saving and investing 50 to 75% of all your income. Being a part of the FIRE movement is difficult and pulling it off takes a great deal of sacrifice. Even if you don't want to retire early, you should have some idea of how much money you need to retire. After retirement, people tend to downsize their lifestyles because they don't have income coming in. Downsizing would mean additional sacrifices, and it would help to know how much money you would need to support your current lifestyle. If you live a comfortable life with $50,000 a year, and you aim for 40 years of retirement, then you would need $2 million invested. Everyone will have their own numbers to work with, and the total amount required will differ from person to person. Invest your money wisely, and you'll be able to retire without having to shrink your lifestyle. Number 7. Time you have left. I don't want to get all morbid here, but the only guarantee in life is death. Our time is limited, and sometimes we forget just how much time we really have. According to the United Nations, the estimated life expectancy is 72.6 years. That means a little over 871 months, or just about 26,500 days. As the clock continues to tick, have you considered what legacy you will leave behind, or how much time you have left to spend with your loved ones? If your parents are 60 years old, and they live to the average age of 72.6, that means you have 12 or 13 more summers to spend with them. It doesn't seem like much time now, does it? I can't stress this enough. Time is your most valuable asset. You can deposit time, but never withdraw it. When you're old, you don't want to regret how you use your time. Be aware of the time you have left and use it wisely. Number 8. Your level of happiness. Objectively, this could be the most important number in everyone's life. It's kind of a cop-out for this list because it's not really a number, but a feeling. Either way, your happiness is very important. At this moment, if you thought about your life and had to give your happiness a ranking between 0 and 10, where would your happiness rank on the scale? Your goal every day should be to work on your level of happiness, or at least aim to increase it if it's not a 10. As far as anyone knows, we all have only one life. We only get this one shot at bat, and you owe it to yourself to make your chance at bat a really good one. And we've arrived at the end of the video. Please consider subscribing for more content. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, share it with a friend, and comment below for more content. Also check out some of the other videos on the channel. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.